everyone, Red here with some promises to keep. Last time I did a recording on this was November 5th. We're in December. Uh, but as you can see, the videos on these are at least getting more frequent. But, just get a little bit, obviously. And not very often. Glad I remember, though. They look a little thirsty today. I hadn't pegged Theo as a plant dad, but looking how gently and carefully he handles them makes perfect sense. This is a really nice space, I say, looking around, taking the details for the first time. A full bookshelf, two little side tables next to each of the chairs, a leather-bound volume lying open on one of the cushions. Seems like an excellent place to read. I can read, trust me. Best seat in the house. Though, I haven't made much use of it lately. My reading has really slipped this year. Barely got through 5 books. Judging from the width of most of the titles on the shelf, that still seems impressive to me. There we go, he says, topping off the final plant with the remains of the can. He can have a little extra day. That's a treat. Oh. He snaps his fingers. There's one more in my bedroom, too, if you want to see it. She also needs a bit of water today. Sure, lead the way. Theo leads me upstairs and down the hall to the master bedroom. Once we enter, he makes his way over to a medium-sized hanging plant, suspended from the ceiling in one of the corners. Yeah, that's the proper way to read it. And here she is. And here she is. Give me just a second. I'm gonna fill this little guy up again. He taps the little elephant, heads through a door into what must be a bathroom. I take a look around the room, a little sheepishly at first. It's okay, I tell myself. He clearly doesn't mind you being in here. Pill bottle? Some kind of pill bottle. Theo's room is neatish. That's probably the best word to describe it. The bed is made, but the blankets and pillows are a little crooked. The nearby desk is completely covered with papers and manila folders, but all efficiently stacked and organized. Yeah. Walk-in closet doors are wide open, revealing a forest of similar-looking clothes. I definitely see 2 or 3 copies of the exact same outfit he's wearing right now. Mood. That also makes sense for Theo. I know when it comes to fashion, he's very copy-paste. There we go. He emerges from the bathroom, full elephant in tow. Thanks for letting me give you a little impromptu tour. I'm proud of this house, and I like showing it off to people. I'm not surprised. It's a lovely place, really. Yes. He says simply, his eyes once again travel elsewhere. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The tone of his voice changes completely, deeper, more husky. He starts to water the hanging plant, gently moving its leaves aside for better access. You know, it really is my pleasure to get some use out of it, to see it full again. It's just been a while since... At that moment, the water begins to pour out of the hanging pot onto the floor, and Theo lets out a yelp of surprise. Oh, fuck! Shit! I always overwater this one. Just give me a second. I reach in the bathroom, grab a towel. As I return, I see Theo trying and failing to catch the downpour in his cupped paws. Here, I got it. Drop it on the floor and mop up the spill. It's not much, really. And the fluffy towel soaks it up nicely. Oh, I'm sorry, Fred. I'm such a klutz. Must be my advanced age. He laughs, then, full and hearty, paws still dripping with water, and I can't help but join him. Here, old man. Offering the towel to dry his paws. Good thing you've got us youngsters around, huh? Yes, indeed. Theo puts on his best old man voice as he takes the towel. And you young sirs are welcome back here any time, for any reason. But for now, I think we should probably head back to the kitchen, just in case Artemis needs my help with anything. I probably shouldn't have left him to fend for himself, actually. Fair enough. He seems like he knows what he's doing, though. He knows what he's doing, though. Like, he does. Oh, judging from the smell already wafting through the house, he was making miracles down there. As I take one last look around the bedroom, my thoughts catch up with me. All this was happening so fast. Less than 24 hours ago, I was on my way out of this place. I was excited to file onto a plane and leave this frozen city behind. Less than 24 hours ago, I was gearing up for another quiet night alone in my dusty apartment. Just me, my phone, and my endless roiling thoughts. And now I have an open invitation to Theo's house, and Rofi and I still have so much more to catch up on. I'm sure that dog will force me to accompany him for a walk when the weather clears up. Not that I mind, of course. It seemed almost surreal. I'm pulled back in reality once we reach the stairwell. As we descended past the myriad collection of photos, my curiosity gets the better of me. Hey, Theo. Is this you and your aunt? I point to the photo that caught my eye earlier. "17 years ago. Oh, Theo's 17th birthday, 2005. That would make him 34 now, if this is, like, accurate. Yes, me and my Aunt MJ. Theo's voice turns wistful and his eyes unfocus. She was always so good to me. My 17th birthday was the best birthday I ever had. I watch him relive the day in his head. I'm assuming... I'm assuming she bought you that car? It's a pretty sweet gift. Yep. And I totaled it after a few days after. His voice turns bitter without warning, and the mood sours at once. We hang in uncomfortable silence for a moment, for only a moment, before his eyes refocus and he drags his mouth back into the now familiar Theo smile. But anyway, that was a long time ago. I won't bore you with old stories. Let's not keep Artemis waiting, huh? Uh, yeah. Um, Listen, Theo. I didn't mean to... He waves his paw to cut me off. No, no, no. Don't apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. Come on. I'm sure we're needed in the kitchen. He turns and strides purposefully down the stairs, and I hurry after him to catch up. The eyes in the photos seem to follow us as we go. Artemis looks up as we enter, clearly ready to delegate a task. Theo, I'd appreciate if you could help set the table. He considers for a moment. I suppose we don't have to all eat in the same place at the same time, but it would be nice. Hmm. Well, this is my house, and I say we do have to. Theo says playfully, a twinkle in his eye. At least for the first night. Help us all settle in with each other. Artemis nods in response. Agreed. Red, would you mind fetching the others for dinner? Sure. If you have trouble with Ollie, just come get me. I'll extract him from his room. He's probably built quite the nest already. Gotcha. I head up the stairs and toward Ollie's room. I find the door open and I peek in to see Ollie still fussing with cables. Still? It's been hours. Just how much stuff did he bring? Knock softly on the door frame, and the studious dino. Is it a dinosaur? I thought it was a lizard. Jumps in surprise. Oh! Oh, Red, it's you. I was just, rearranging some things here. Can I help you? You're fine. I didn't mean to startle you. Artemis is done making dinner and sent me to collect everybody. Oh, Artemis made dinner already? Ollie lets out a bark of laughter, high and clear. So I'm going to save on this slot. So I'm doing this on Tuesday night. the day before an upload happens typically. Just a few hours in the door and already taking away the kitchen. Isn't it a bit early to... He checks his phone and his eyebrows shoot up. Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was so late already. Guess I've been fiddling up around here for a while. He looks around at the mess of electronics and wires and seems to remember his shyness. I'm sorry about the mess. And I know I made a scene earlier and made you and the others carry all my stuff and... Demeanor totally changed. The apologies start pouring out of him. I hold up my paws to cut him off. Hey, whoa, it's okay. I don't mind at all. I should be apologizing. I almost dropped that one box. No, it's my fault. I should have just carried it myself. We both laughed a bit awkwardly at our mutual apology standoff. Well, regardless of whose fault it is, I like what I've seen of your setup so far. Any chance you'd let me take a closer look once it's all properly assembled? Ollie brightens immediately. Absolutely! I should be done by tonight. That is, if you don't have plans already. My stomach chooses that moment to growl loudly. Apparently, I'm focused on dinner first. Ollie's stomach responds and his cheeks go red. Me too. Forgot I didn't eat anything today. I blink in alarm. Nothing at all? Since the morning? You're going downstairs to eat dinner. Right now. I remember with pang of irony that I also hadn't eaten anything today. Well, Ollie doesn't need to know that. I have to collect Rofi and Hunter, but I'll see you in the kitchen. Okay. The only thing is, I have to finish a few things here first, or I'll never know where I left off. I'll be down soon, I promise. Okay, you'd better. See ya. I leave Ollie to his work and walk down the hall to Rofi's room. Hear the sound of video games and voices before I even reach the open door. Guess they're both here. The two of them are sprawled out in front of the TV. And Rofi hunched over his controller, Hunter spread out flat on his belly, foot paws kicking the air. Looks like they're playing a racing game. A devious smile spreading across my face. Call loudly from the doorway. Don't mess up. Rofi yelps and jumps, clearing an impressive height as his cart flies right off the map into the abyss. Rambly! Red! That's not fair! No! That doesn't count! Hunter bursts into raucous laughter as he crosses the finish line and triumphant music plays. I dodge a hastily thrown pillow, holding back the giggles to myself. It's dinner time, you guys. Artemis made food for all of us. Oh, sick. Yo, bro, that's sick. Let's go. The raccoon pulls himself off the floor and discards his controller. What did he make? No idea, but it smells delicious. We'll see when we get down there. Well, what are we standing around for? Let's go! We make another stop at Ollie's room to remind him about dinner. And then all four of us start heading into the kitchen, following our noses and growling stomachs, enjoying the smell wafting through the house. The cavalry has arrived. Artemis looks up from the stove, scans down the line till he sees Ollie, then nods at me, a silent thank you. And there you all are. So, we're gonna start with salad and breadsticks, obviously. Obviously? How much food did he make? Then, the main course is baked sea bass, potato puree, and carrots on the side. I hope I made enough for everybody. And before we begin, let me apologize. This isn't my best work. Bro, what do you mean? It smells delicious! It certainly does, and at the moment I'm hungry enough not to care what it is. There's something about the smell of good food that just makes everyone feral. I could have done better with higher quality ingredients and more time, but this'll do. Artemis, I'm sure it's delicious, and regardless, we are all grateful for it. Theo's reply is reassuringly warm, voicing the group's opinion at large. Well, I warned you. Here, line up with plates and I'll serve. Plate by plate, Artemis creates gorgeous looking dishes for everyone. And before long, all six of us are sitting around the kitchen table, digging in. Everything was spectacular, of course. Sometimes it feels really like the quality of the food is directly proportional to how much the chef complains about it. Bad time to take a drink. Artemis! This is delicious! It's decent, but I'll do better tomorrow night. Artemis looks pointedly at Theo. You let me cook tomorrow too, right? Theo laughs, covering his mouth with a paw, and waits to finish chewing. Artemis, you're free to come make dinner for me whenever you like. Easy there, Grandpa. Easy there, Grandpa. That wasn't an open invitation. I take a moment to look around at the table of my new housemates. I can basically see the stars in Rofi's eyes as he shovels down his food. As expected, he still eats like a maniac. Hunter, however, is giving him a serious run for his money. The two of them create an honestly hilarious tableau? Both so intense and focused on their dinner. I can't help but giggle a bit watching them eat. Hunter looks up from his plate for a second. Hey, what are you laughing at, Red? Nothing, it's just fun to watch you two eat. Agreed. You haven't gotten anywhere to be, you know. Take your time. Savor it. Rofi and Hunter shake their heads in unison and return to their serious work. Looking over at Ollie, I can see that he's also enamored, but in a different way. The dino's eyes are soft and thoughtful, his lips curled into a slight smile, and as he takes small, deliberate bites. I know his expression well. If he were a cat, he'd be purring loudly right now. I get it. At the moment, I'm struggling to hold back my own purrs. Despite his cool veneer, Artemis's eyes are flicking around the table, clearly gauging everyone's reaction to the food. Theo seems ecstatic, but in his usual quiet way. I know he's enjoying the food, but from the way he looks around the table, he seems he's enjoying the company more. Think back to the moment on the stairs, the look in his eyes, the hitch in his voice. Dinner progresses with little talking, all of us firmly occupied with our plates. As things start to wind down, Artemis sets down his fork and stands. You all better have room for dessert. I didn't slave away over a hot stove for my work to go unappreciated. How much fucking ingredients did Theo have? Dude, you live alone. How can you have so much ingredients? Dessert? I've never seen someone so excited in my life. Artemis gets up and makes his way to the oven. He swings the door open carefully. And we're all greeted by this warm sense of cinnamon vanilla. Ooh. You can practically feel the table vibrate with anticipation as Artemis extracts the dish and brings it to us. He sets it down, but before anyone moves, he speaks up. Hold up now, don't get any ideas. I have to grab the glaze first. None of us had noticed the small pot still simmering on the stove. He uncovers it, brings it over, and starts drizzling the sticky glaze over the dessert. Then he sets the pot down and starts dividing the dessert into slices. A thump thump sound breaks the silence, and we look over to see Rofi, whose tail is beating against his seat in anticipation. Only the most eager of dogs. Fucking love Rofi. He's so cute. Look at him go. The table breaks out in laughter, minus Rofi, still laser focused on Artemis' movements. The bird smiles, and generously gives him the first plate. So, we have a pretty simple bread pudding for dessert, topped with a sweet bourbon drizzle. I don't do desserts super often, but I hope this is decent. Artemis' introduction is interrupted by a gasp from Rofi. This is so yummy! Seems like you have your verdict, Artemis. Let's eat before it gets cold. Some light chatter happens during dessert, but everyone is mostly focused on the sugary goodness that Artemis put together. It really is the perfect ending to a satisfactory meal. After a few more moments of conversation, folks start to peel off. Theo gets up first to collect everyone's plates, firmly shooting Artemis away. Oh, shooing, not shooting. When he inevitably tries to help. The Blue Jay is next to Bale, Ollie trailing close behind him, both of them engrossed in their phones. Hunter lets out a yawn and does a huge full-body stretch, filling what seems like most of the kitchen with his arms. Think I might go lie down. Hunter nudges Rofi gently. Looks like he's already fallen asleep in his chair, a soft, content smile on his puppy face. Huh? I'm heading upstairs. You coming? Rofi. Bitch, you dare. He's stealing my dog. Rofi nods drowsily and gets up, playfully leaning on Hunter as they leave the table. Hunter calls back to the kitchen. Have a good night, y'all. Both Theo and I call back to him, sending him and Rofi off. Then Theo turns to me. You done with your plate, Red? Hmm? Oh, yeah, I think so. Do you want help with the dishes? Nope, not at all. I like doing them. Gives me time to think. You're free to entertain yourself however you wish. I'm giving you the rest of the night off. Theo chuckles at his own joke as he starts loading plates into the dishwasher. I stand up slowly, feeling warm and pleasantly full. Winky face. Outside the window howls and beats at the windows. The snow still hasn't stopped. I wasn't quite ready for bed, but it seems like Rofi and Hunter were both calling it a night. That left Artemis and Ollie. I wonder what each of them is up to. I'd rather hang out with the bird. No offense, Ollie. Let's see what Artemis is up to. I would have. Okay, priority is. Okay, Ollie is actually at the end of the line. It's Rofi, Theo, Artemis, Hunter, and then Ollie. As I walked into the living room, I see the Blue Jay sitting in one of the chairs by the front windows. His headphones are in, as he's staring at what little he can see while sipping from a steaming mug. A bit of quiet music and snow watching might be nice. I walk over to the bird, and he turns towards me. Motion to the chair next to him. Pulling out my own headphones, he nods, and turns back to the window. No words required. Nice. I've done plenty of small talk already today. Wonder what he's listening to. Probably something loud, judging from his outfit. No, it's gotta be like fucking classical. The chair is ludicrously comfy, and fits me like a glove. I can't help but let out a slight purr as I sink into the luxurious cushions. Jeez, hiccups are fun. His eyes flick to me, then back out the window. Oops. Did he hear me? Nah, no way. Any reasonable volume would have drowned me out completely. Pop the headphones in. What best suits this comfortable evening? What song fits well with warm clothes, soft hairs, and a full belly? Oh, I know. Familiar guitar chords sweep me away in an instant. I love this chair. I love the song. The moment is so perfect I can't help but hum along quietly. The purr returns, mixing the notes into a gently rumbling melody. When Miser Artemis is looking right at me, somewhat expectantly I pull out one earbud. Sorry, did you say something? I said you have a nice, gentle voice. Do you sing? What? Oh, my bad. I didn't think you could hear me over your music. The bird pulls out both headphones. Nothing was playing. I just like having them in sometimes. Fuck. Oh. Do you sing? He asks again with almost the same intonation. Me? Obviously. Who else is here? No, not really. I mean, not outside of the shower. That's a fucking me. I love to sing. Fair enough. He turns back to the window again. Thanks, though, for the compliment, I mean. Obviously. What else would I be thanking him for? It's the truth. I wouldn't mind if you kept going. No pressure, obviously. I think I'm good for now. Do you... Do I... sing? No. I can't tell how this is going at all. It was so much easier to talk to him when Ollie was here. Maybe it's time to bail on our conversation. I'm about to open my mouth when... Would you mind sending me a link to that song? Thank God. Not at all. There you go. Here goes nothing. Hey, do you want to swap playlists or something? I can tell you've got pretty good music taste, so... Sure. He answers immediately, and I get a link by text not 5 seconds later. Jackpot. Think I found my way into this conversation. Whoa, 15 hours? That's one of my shorter ones. Figured it would be better. Figured it would be better to lead with that than some of the others. I check out his profile, and my eyebrows climb higher and higher up my as I scroll through his playlists. He has hundreds of them, all dozens of hours long. Long. My eyes catch on certain names as they fly by. March 12th, 1342. Cleaning my padded cell. Awful virtues. Supreme International 21st Century Neck Injury Mega Mix 4. How do you keep track of all of these? He shrugs. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I haven't listened to some of them in years. I just keep making new ones because it's fun and I enjoy it. There's probably some repeat songs in some of them, but whatever. Seems like you've got something for every mood. He nods. That's the goal. He shifts his sitting position, fluidly crossing his legs, and then says, completely deadpan, I want to listen to every piece of music ever made before I die. I chuckle, despite his serious expression. Every piece of music? Most of them aren't good, you know. I'll be the judge of that. Anyway, bad music can be the best teacher. If you can pinpoint what you hate about something, you know what not to do in the future. That's a pretty optimistic way to view it. My mind shifts back to a concert I went to with a friend in college. I didn't know the band, but agreed to go anyway. Bad move. They were dog shit. Spent the whole night drinking in a corner of the bar. Thoroughly miserable, but not wanting to ditch my friend. Guess he's more forgiving when it comes to music. Not that you could tell by the way he looks. Not to stereotype. He doesn't look like someone who would listen to country or classical. So it sounds like you write music yourself? On top of being a chef too? Artemis rolls his eyes and nods once. I do a bit of everything. Master of none, though. Probably would be better if I stuck with just one interest. That's so cool, though. I want to hear more. What kind of music do you write normally? Have you gotten any of it published yet? Like I said, bit of everything, and no, not in a way that makes me money. Not that that's the most important thing. But anyway, you still owe me a playlist. I know a conversation changed when I see one. Guess he doesn't really want to talk shop with me just yet. Oops, what kind do you want? Start scrolling through mine. Shit. None of my items as creative as his. Something that gives a good idea of your taste overall. It's okay if it's not mood consistent. Do I get a... Oh, I thought I was gonna get to pick a fucking thing. Okay, maybe I'll put 2 or 3 of them together then. As long as you don't judge too harshly. He shrugs and smiles at me. My first Artemis smile. Directed only at me. Sardonic, yes. Sure. Teasing, yes. Handsome, absolutely. No promises. That was my fucking phone at first. I was like, I have that muted. At that moment, both of our phones buzz. It's Hunter in the group chat. Looks like a gift. It's gonna be Rofi sleeping. I regret giving him my number. I laugh, thinking of Hunter sprawled on the floor, scrolling through gifts to send. Oh, he's not so bad. He's fine. He speaks curtly, but without malice. Our phones buzz again. This time it's Rofi with another gift. I consider muting the chat. I'm considering muting the chat. My thoughts exactly. Might get us into trouble later, though. I suppose we'll suffer through, won't we? All things considered, he looks out the pitch-black window. It could be much worse. Definitely. Think about my cancelled flight and shiver slightly. I was supposed to leave town today. I had planned to be at the airport by 9 a.m. Artemis turns back toward me, hints of sympathy showing on his stoic face. Oh, sorry to hear that. It's fine. Why are they about being snowed in at the airport for God knows how long? Shake my head as if to death. Fuck. I shake my head as if to dislodge the thought. I'm happy to be here, really. That gets another smile out of him, much warmer and gentler than before. I am as well. Theo's a great guy and he has a lovely home. And it comes with a talented bird chef. This time, I'm rewarded with a quiet chuckle. He's blushing now. Slowly but surely, I'm chipping away at that impassive demeanor of his. Oh, thank you, Red. His phone buzzes again, this time accompanied by a short jingle. I watch his face soften as he unlocks it. Honestly, he's in the same house as me, but still insists on texting. It's Ollie. Ollie? The bird nods and begins typing out a response. By the way, thanks for backing me up earlier, when Ollie was being anxious about his nickname. Oh, sure. I mean, I was just being honest. I really don't think he was worrying about Theo being judgmental, though I guess I understand his reasoning. Artemis shakes his head. It's this new fixation of his. I don't know why. He's always gone by Ollie, and never had any problems with it until recently. Not sure what's changed. Though he does his best to hide it, his worry is palpable. So you've known each other for... Okay, that's not getting picked. The sirens aren't getting picked up. Cool. So you've known each other for a while then? Not as long as you and Rofi. It's been about 4 years, I think. How did you two meet, if you don't mind me asking? He shakes his head a bit dismissively, eyes glued to the phone screen. It's not a very interesting story. We went to the same college and eventually ended up living on the same street. He's a good dino, if a little bit stubborn. Stubborn? Not sure I've seen that side of Ollie yet. Although, I guess I could see that with all the stuff he made you guys bring over. Artemis shakes his head as the message sent sound plays. He tucks his phone into his pocket. No, I'm afraid that was my idea. His heat and power are off, but he kept saying that he didn't want to leave it all behind in the cold. So, Theo and I offered to help carry it. Seemed like the easiest way to get him out of the apartment, which might otherwise have been a struggle. He still made a fuss, of course. Some days I think that boy would literally freeze to death before he asks anyone for help. Even me. I see. Artemis' story cast this afternoon in a new light. I picture Ollie huddled and shivering in his freezing apartment, too nervous to reach out to anyone. If not for Theo, that might have been me. Do me a favor, yeah? I refocus on the bird sitting across from me. Don't tell Ollie I said that. He likes it when I worry about him, but only in specific ways. And not too much. And then when he doesn't feel like being worried about, of course, secret's safe with me. Thanks, Red. Tiredness suddenly washes over me. It's been a very eventful day. After all the cleaning and packing I did yesterday in preparation for the flight. I yawn real big, remembering at that last second to cover my mouth with a paw. Looks like it's bedtime. Without warning, Artemis readjusts the cushions on the seat after vacating it. I figured you'd be as tired as I am. It's been a very long day. Oh, yeah, I guess I'm sorry. Don't apologize. I'm usually in bed by this time anyway. Really? Huh. You didn't seem like the early to bed, early to rise type. Takes all my willpower to resist making an early bird joke. You didn't. Oh no, I already read that. Planning on getting up by 7:30 8 o'clock to make everyone breakfast. Breakfast. Um, Join me if you like, or if you'd rather sleep in, I'll keep it warm. I know Ollie won't be up early. Wow. How about that? Oh, shit. I'll see how I feel in the morning. How about that? Fine by me. Oh, what did I miss? Oh, that was just the fine by me. Finished fixing the chair. He gives me another nod and a hint of a smile. Good night, then. Sleep well. What an interesting bird. He keeps a lot of surprises under what brisk veneer. Under that brisk veneer. If I can get him to open up more, I wonder what else will come spilling out. I yawn again, settling further into the comfy chair. No. Theo's gone to the trouble of setting up a bed for you. You can't sleep here. Reluctantly, I extricate myself from the cushioned paradise and lumber toward the den. Through my sleepy eyes, the small sitting room looks even cozier than it did before. I notice a pile of extra blankets on the chair alongside my travel bag. Guess Theo moved it for me. So far, he's been an excellent host. Gotta remember to thank him tomorrow. And maybe apologize again for asking about the photograph. Theo's face lingers in my mind as I start getting ready for bed. His tired eyes, his easygoing smile. Seems a little less convincing now. I've caught a glimpse of what's behind it. I shut the door, closing myself off from the rest of the house, and breathe a small sigh of relief. Everyone has been friendly and welcoming, but being so social has been exhausting. And I've had very little time to myself. I yawn once more and finish some pajamas out of my bag. At least I can sleep in tomorrow. The air mattress is an air mattress, but it's not uncomfortable. Certainly better than freezing my freezing bed back home. Regardless, my body doesn't seem to care. Sleep overwhelms me in an instant. I barely have time to realize I forgot to brush my teeth. Though these woods are new and strange, the snowy path I know, for I have walked it miles and miles, with many more to go. With many more to go. Here the road forks. The path is well trod by scores of travelers past. Their paw prints seem familiar, and at its end lies a ramshackle house, spent, its windows shattered and gaping. Its walls give no comfort, its hearth no heat. The right path is pure, unspoiled, and unstained. It leans further into darkness, to where I cannot know. I shiver, though. I feel no chill. What path shall I take, and what difference will it make? Callous and unheeding, my paws lead me to the right. They carry me, as always, ever onward through the night. I turn my head to glimpse, once more, the path I could not take. But my eyes are veiled by shadow and the swirl of downy flake. There was never a choice. There's no going back. I know this. I step on the shore of the frozen lake. The path leads onward into its depth. I feel my knees bend and strike as the hard earth, lightly cushioned by snow. In the icy crystal surface, I see myself, but myself does not see me. I reach out as if to cut my own face, shattering the mirror with 1,000 ethereal ripples. And suddenly, I'm falling. The water accepts me unconditionally, cold as the memory of winter. As I float near the surface, a shadow passes over me. I see my own reflection on the other side of the barrier. I look away, afraid to meet my own eyes. I feel my paw reach out, and I instinctively shrink away. Sink away. Down. Down. Suddenly I find myself swaddled in warmth. If I'm blinked, blink my eyes open, startled by my unfamiliar surroundings. Ever so slowly, reality starts to coalesce around me. Just another dream. That's all it was. They've been getting worse. I begin to recollect the previous day. Theo, Rofi, Artemis, Ollie, and Hunter. I roll on to my back and place my paws behind my head, stretching slightly. For a few long moments I sit in silence, listening to my heart beat steadily in my chest. I'm alive and safe. I think. What time is it? I paw down the floor looking for my phone. 8 a.m. On a normal day, I'd sleep in a bit longer, but the smell of breakfast wafting in from the kitchen makes my stomach growl. Probably Artemis, our resident chef. Then again, I don't think anyone else is going to be up this early. The image of a comfortable... um... of a comfortable curled up Rofi crosses my mind. Maybe I'll see him after I get up later. And this seems like a very fitting spot to end things. So, thank you everyone for coming back and enjoying the Promises to Keep series. If people do have suggestions for any visual novel series, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm also going to make a community post about it. That way people can just, like, see it as well there. What was I just saying? Community post. It'll go up eventually. Comment, like, subscribe, you know, YouTube stuff. But thanks everyone for joining me. Peace out. Bye-bye.